remember at the end of 2019, we were doing our vision board parties. Everybody was talking about how they was going to kill it for 2020, man. We rolled into the new year thinking that we was going to set it off, man. Then 2020 happened. In January, we lost Kobe Bryant. In March and February and May, we lost Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Then the haymaker, then Thanos came out with the glove and hit us with the snap, man. Coronavirus, the corona pandemic shut everything down. But I am here. Check this out. Don't worry about it. I am here. My name is BreadTuck. This is a BreadTuckLegacy production, and I am here with my friends to recap 2020. Welcome to Throw the Whole 2020 Away, man. And today I have some very special guests with me. I got my partner, Nigel Rashid. I got my partner, Kathleen Killam. I got my partner, Mike the Mogul. And I got my partner, Jarvis Sam with me. How y'all doing? Y'all all right?
We doing good?
Good, man.
Doing good.
Appreciate you sharing your platform with us.
Hey, and man, that's all good, man. My platform is everybody else's platform, man. Y'all ready to talk about this whack 2020?
Let's go.
Yeah. We ain't got no choice.
I'm with you. So check it out, guys. We roll into 2020. January 26th. I remember sitting in my car with my baby in the backseat, the wife, and she comes. We're at Target. We're on our way to the car show, and I come back from Target, back to the car, and she's like, "Hey, did you hear that Kobe Bryant died?" And I'm like, "Wait, who? Like Superman? How Superman don't die?" And I'm gonna be honest with you. As a man, that shook my world up for a second. I had to sit in the car and kind of pause. I didn't know whether to continue going to the car show. I didn't know what to do. And the first thought I had was, my God, he's leaving behind 3 children. Mm-hmm. And then she went on to tell me that one of his children died with him. And as a father, that just, I didn't know what to say. I was tongue-tied. That just stopped me in my tracks, man. And I remember that on my way to the Houston Arch Auto Show. Excuse me. So the question I want to ask to y'all, and ladies first, how did you feel when you got the news that Kobe Bryant died, and just what went through your mind? How did your day continue after hearing that?
Well, I'll jump in first. It was, for me, it was total devastation. So I was in the car with a few of my students because I'm a driving instructor. So I was teaching them, turn. I don't know what we was doing. But I do know that I got a text message that said Kobe Bryant and his kids died in a helicopter crash. And I was like, what? Now, mind you, I'm instructing in a car with some teenagers who don't know how to drive. Mm-hmm. And I got to process this and still look. I'm like, hold on. So we pulled over. I'm like, you know what? Let's take a little break. We pulled over, and I just had to collect my thoughts because, of course, I love basketball. But for me, Kobe Bryant was like, I grew up with him. So I'm almost 40. I remember Kobe from he was 18. He went to prom with Brandy. Like that was, you know what I'm saying? It was like my boyfriend, even though I was too young to have a boyfriend. I felt like Kobe was my boyfriend. We went to prom. Like it was deeper than that. So you feel like you grow up with somebody because he's our age, right? But he's in the limelight. So that hits harder than if it's like somebody older or somebody who just, fly in, fly out. Like Kobe was a staple for me. So that it hit hard, like hard. And then when I found about the daughter and seen the pictures, and this was the daughter that like took to what he wanted to do, what I'm saying? Like wanted to get into basketball or just wanted to be with her daddy all the time. And when I read that quote from his wife, that was just like, she couldn't have been on this planet without him. That's when I absolutely lost it. So for me, I'm not really sure if I'm over it yet. I mean, I know it's corny, but it's true.
Okay. Let me hear from you, Killer.
I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly where I was when I got the news, or what I was doing, but like as I recount, like, you know, my memory of when I, you know, remember having clarity about the story, because remember a bunch of different stories were going around. Had people thinking, you know, other celebrities were with him, all his children were with him, his wife was with him. So when I finally got the real story and processed it, I remember the first thing I thought was, like you said, Chris, as a parent, imagine like knowing that helicopter was going down and looking next to you and seeing your baby and knowing that you can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? I thought about, like, you know, did they stay in their seatbelts and hold hands, or did he just embrace her? Did she, you know, did she cry? Did they pray? Like, you know, did they have pain? And then I thought about like what this year, I feel like, and we'll get there, has taught all of us that like life is short. And when the Grim Reaper call your name, it don't matter if you a Hall of Famer, or if you taking helicopters to work, or if you riding the bus. So you gotta, you know, love the people that you love, let them know you love them, be building your legacy and making lasting memories with everybody you care about every single day, because you never know like when your name gonna be called. And it might be in a split second where you don't have the opportunity to say no goodbyes and tell people how you feel. So you got to be doing it actively every day.
Oh my God. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Mogul, what you got, man?
So for me, man, I remember exactly where I was at. Me and my girl, well, first of all, I had moved to Dallas, top of the year. So me and my girl was actually coming from church, and she's in the car and she's going through her, you know, her Instagram or whatever. And she was just like, yo, babe, you got to pull over real quick. And I was like, why? And I'm on the freeway. And she was like, Kobe just died. And so I'm like, what? She was like, Kobe just died. I'm like, Kobe who? Kobe Bryant? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, nah, that's some BS. That's you know, that's the internet again. Yeah, making up stuff. And then she was like, nah, Kobe just died. And so I had to pause for a second driving.
Yeah.
Now, what the funny thing is, like a week before, I had just bought some Kobe Bryant shoes because I was looking for some shoes to hoop in. So I bought some Kobe's to hoop in, my first pair of Kobe's. And I was just like, damn, Kobe can't be gone. Like this is unreal. Like Kobe just can't be gone. And so when I saw he was gone, man, it hit me. You know, being a guy who growing up with Kobe Bryant, even though Kobe wasn't my favorite player, I hated the Lakers. You have to respect Kobe game so much. And then just to see like him gone, it was like unreal, man. Like I don't want to compare Kobe to any religious, you know, idea, but Kobe was like a Jesus of basketball to any guy who hooped. Just to hear Kobe gone, man, it was devastating. And then to Kathy and Naj's point, to hear when Gianna was in the helicopter with him, that broke it for me. I was just like, nah, man, this can't be real. But you know, it hit me hard. And to most people's point, it's hard to watch basketball just thinking Kobe's not here to watch the whole year play out. You didn't know how it was going to affect the NBA, you know, but it was tragic, man. It was tragic. We definitely lost a hero in Kobe.
Okay. Man, appreciate that, Mogul. Jarvis, what's happening, man?
And so the night before, if you remember, LeBron James actually passed him up on the all-time scoring list. So he was in the news the night before. And I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, even though he torched the Rockets and everything. I was a huge Kobe. Like I remember, you know, working jobs where I made, you know, $11 an hour. I would save my money. And when Kobe was in town, that was the one Rockets game I made a point to go to, because not only am I going to see the Rockets, but I'm gonna get to see Kobe. And with Kobe, man, like, you know, you're witnessing greatness. So I remember exactly where I was. I was on the freeway. Me and my wife were coming home from lunch. It was a Sunday afternoon. My homie texted me, and I saw the text on my Apple Watch, and I didn't really believe what I was seeing. It was, and I saw like he had screenshot something. He was like, he knew I was a huge Kobe fan. Like I literally have Mamba mentality sitting over my desk at work. So Kobe like truly inspires me in real life. So he hit me and he was like, hey, bro, is this real? And so I literally asked my wife, I'm like, hey, can you look into this? Because this is crazy. So she looked it up. It was like on CBS website that Kobe Bryant had passed away. And I'm like, whoa, I screamed in the car just off of the strength that Kobe, just off of the fact that Kobe had passed. I'm like, what the, like, and I've seen celebrity deaths and Michael Jackson, people I've liked growing up, but this one was different, man. Like I ain't never really just had a crazy reaction to anybody's death that I didn't really know until Kobe, because again, the first thing you're thinking about is his kids. And the second thing you're thinking about is he's close to my age and he's filthy rich. But guess what? He ain't promised today. And so it just makes you really think about like life. It makes you think about no matter who you are, no matter what position you're in, no matter who you are, like when your number's called, like it don't matter. And so I remember we got home, we're trying to process it, you know, my wife's crying and she's pregnant. And she's just like, I should not be upset like this. I'm pregnant. And like, we just trying to figure this thing out. So then we pop the TV on and we find out that his daughter passed.
Yeah.
And we're just like, man, this is just too much. And it was a rough, it wasn't just a rough day for us. It was a rough week. And my wife knew how much, you know, Kobe meant to me as just a inspiring figure as a basketball player. And the fact that he was in the news just, you know, less than 24 hours before, you know, because LeBron had just, it didn't seem real. And, you know, to this day, it's like, man, Kobe's really not here. So this one was real, man. And it took a long time to really process. And then it's like, by the time you're finally processing it, then they did the public memorial and everybody had their Kobe stories and it just all went back to the same place. So it was rough, man.